Roger Urbaniak with Roger's Outdoor Channel. If you like getting on the water like I do, and you like to do so affordably with a fairly small craft of some sort, uh, one of the things that you really need to give a lot of consideration to is how to transport it, your craft, and get it on the water where you can use it. So uh, there's two things that you're going to, if you're owning your first craft, there's two things that you need to consider. Number one, is it compatible with the vehicle that you have? And you know, two is if you're buying the craft, what kind of vehicle will transport? If you already have your vehicle and you're just out shopping for a craft, what do you look for? So I'm going to give you an example of what's behind me. This canoe that I have, I call it Sally. I've owned it for over 60 years, and in that time frame, I've owned a number of vehicles that I've taken the canoe from where I have it now to various places that I can go fishing with it. And it was real important to me in owning this craft or in looking for a replacement craft that I try to find something that I could load all by myself. If I had to wait for somebody to come over to my house to help me load it on top of the vehicle, I would wind up going fishing or getting on the water just a fraction of the number of times that I actually do. So the fact that I can load, get my canoe on top of my vehicle, take it somewhere, put it in the water, all by myself is just huge in terms of the ability to really utilize what you have. So some of the stuff that I've gone through in this 60 years of transporting it back and forth. I've had obviously a lot of different vehicles during that time. Early on, I used to have like a 65 Volkswagen Bug that I could put my 18-foot aluminum canoe on top of that thing. It looked kind of silly, because it stuck out in the front and it stuck out in the back. But they had a good bumper tie system, both front and back, and got this Cartop carrier that had suction cups on it, and I would carefully tie it on the sides and front and back, tie it to the carrier, and I was able to take it to eastern Washington and take it even on windy days and feel reasonably secure that I wasn't going to create an accident and have it blow off in front of, and damage my car or the car behind me, that type of thing. You have to, today's laws say you better have your vehicle carefully secured. So as I've known for 60 years that, hey, I love canoeing, I'm going to keep this canoe, and so when I go out to buy a car and I know that that car has to be able to carry my canoe, and so I look at the fact that when I lift it up and I put it on my shoulders, if the top of the car, including car top carrier, is too tall, like on an SUV as an example, I can't use it. I can't lift it up and then push it over onto the top of the vehicle, without hurting myself, or just, I just don't have the energy to do that. I'm not a, strong weightlifter type of guy. I'm just a, average guy but I can still handle a canoe like this. This is probably 90 pounds, maybe, 18-foot aluminum canoe. And I'll show you, at the end of this video, I'll actually lift it up, and you'll see a clip or two that'll actually show me walking over to the vehicle that I have now and tying it onto there. So the first thing, let's talk about vehicle. Again, you have to have the right height vehicle, and the other thing that you need is a way of tying it both in the front and the back. The most vehicle, most of the time you're going to go to a car top carrier specialty and buy, like I've owned like a Toyota Camry, and I went over to like a roof rack system that the Thule campers have. And it cost me like $250, $300 to get one of those car racks, and it was totally fitted to my car. It was very secure because when I put my canoe on top of that car, I'm basically tying it to the car top carrier. The front and the back ties that I have will keep it from bouncing up and down, but to keep it from going off behind me if I come to a sudden stop or something. How I have it tied to the car rack itself is probably the most the thing that I use the most to secure the vehicle. So, but I do need this. You need to keep the vehicle from sliding forward, sliding back, and then sliding off to the side. So all of those things you need to consider in the way that you do your ties. So what I do is, the current vehicle I have an Outback, a Subaru Outback. And before I purchased the car, I made sure that it had these little cutouts in the bumper where I could attach essentially an eye bolt, just screw it in into the frame of the car, so I had a very sturdy front and back place to tie the ends of the canoe. You can see the canoe has little holes at the front to tie a rope to. Most of your craft is going to have that. Now, what's interesting is this canoe, 18 feet long, 95 pounds, something like that. I've purchased, I actually own like a 15-foot Coleman canoe, and I can't handle that and put it on top of a car. It's lighter, but it is, the center crossbar does not rest on my shoulders, and so I'm trying to grab it from the sides to hold it up, and I run into that same problem with kayaks. They don't have good grips in order to be able to, one person, again, my criteria is one person needs to lift that up, put it on top of the car, and then go meet whoever you're going to go out fishing with if you're not fishing by yourself. So you look for that in each craft that you're considering. You look for that in each vehicle that you might purchase. If you know that you've got a craft that you're going to keep for a while, make sure that they're compatible. So again, front, back, you got to keep it from going to the sides, slipping off to the sides. Sometimes with some vehicles, I've actually taken a rope and if I'm going just a short distance, tying it to a crossbar, and if I feel it and run the rope through my window, on the car side, and if it starts slipping off to the right as I go around the corner or something, I just pull on the rope and pull it back to make sure that I don't have it slip off the roof rack if it doesn't have a good secure type of rack system. But most of the time, like the Cartop dealer that that installed my Cartop, that I went from Hondas, a couple of Camrys, etc., and I was able to take that same car rack and transfer it from one vehicle to the next. They would have to refit it, and it would usually cost me maybe $150 to make sure that wherever the side gutters were on the car, or whatever the securing that part of the vehicle that you can secure to would match up. I would have it done at the dealer, and then just kind of as I would take the car top on and off, or a lot of times I left it on during the summertime when I used it a lot. But have it have the whole system professionally designed. It has to be very sturdy in order for you to be safe transporting your canoe. So again, unless you're fortunate enough to live on the water and you want to transport back and forth, think about your vehicle, think about your how to tie this to the vehicle, front, back, sides, keep it from slipping any direction. take your time getting it tied, especially if you're going a long distance and it might be windy, that sort of thing. So the other thing is in lifting up the canoe. I mean, again, you know, oh, and then the other thing that I use is I actually take rope and I cut it to specific lengths that, you know, will go, I can tie it in one spot, tie it to some crossbars, run it over the top of the canoe, tie it to the crossbar again, run it through a loop on the other side of my car, and it comes out exactly the right dimension because I cut it that way, you know, basically. So you, and then I just keep this rope, and I try to use this kind of rope instead of, well, I'll show you. If you get the wrong kind of rope, you'll get, you know, the loose ends of these things ravel up, and they're just really awkward to use. So you kind of don't use that kind of rope. You use the kind that don't ravel very well, something similar to this. So that's basically some of the things that I want you to think about as you're trying to transport your canoe. I'll show you some videos on how I just, you know, on my current car, how I load it on top. I actually keep a little footstool. You can buy like a $20 footstool that's collapsible at, I think I got it at Fred Meyer or Walmart, one of the two. And carry that with you if your vehicle is slightly too large, but you know, too tall for you to conveniently slide over the top of it. But if you can get the right height vehicle, that makes it a lot easier. So anyway, that's the process. Just real quickly, I'll show you, you know, the system to lift up your vehicle and start carrying it without hurting yourself. So, you know, I just put underneath it. There's crossbar here is going to rest on my shoulders, and then I'm going to use my fingertips against the top of the canoe to help me balance it. But this bar is so perfectly located, I don't really need my fingertips that much in order to help me carry it. So again, I get underneath. And just basically lift it up like this. So it's just a demonstration to show you how it's done. I can actually take it short distances and portage it by myself, but it's hard. I mean, I'm not a weightlifter type guy. You know, you probably aren't either. But you can do it. You know, if you have something that is well balanced, that has the kind of grips to it. So you look for those features when you're buying your Cartop craft, whatever it is. So this is the Cartop hookup using this particular vehicle. You can see the eye bolt that I've got attached. You can see the how the rope is attached to the front of the canoe. You can see the multiple ropes wrapped around the canoe that are also tied to the crossbars underneath that go both, you know, it's important to tie it to the crossbars as well as over and above it. Again, the rear bumper is, again, the canoe has tie-offs on both ends. You know, the key is to use the crossbars of the canoe. I don't know how well this shows, but to tie the ropes to it. And you can see the how many ropes go across the canoe on the outside to really make it nice and secure. I hope that helps, and I hope you get something that really fits for you, and enjoy yourself in the water. If you happen to see me out there, don't forget to wave.